Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me as always is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey everybody.
And he's not pictured on your screen tonight because we are playing the 2017-2018 Detroit Red Wings campaign. But really, we're not playing the Red Wings at all right now because we are the general manager of Team Belarus.
Yep, nearly pulled off a big upset at the Olympics before Canada pretty much took us apart, but coming back to take a second shot at it at the World Championships.
Yeah. As we can just quick see if you're interested here for the Detroit stuff, we finished 30, 48, and 4 for 64 points, and we finished in last place in the league, I believe. Let's take a quick look at the standings here.
Yeah, we did. And
Conference, we finished in last place in the Eastern Conference, and Calgary finished 1 point ahead of us for not last place. So that means we got a lottery pick. The bad news with that means we are in trouble and almost going to get fired. Gudu Creative in the chat says, hi folks. So hi Gudu, thanks for coming. We are not in very good shape to survive this year, but we'll see how it goes. Just before we get started with the Belarus stuff, we've simmed all the way up to, and if you tuned in last time, we had just got here. Take a quick look at our development report. We can see Nick Cronwell has gone down. He's still 2 stars, but we've had some major improvements in some of our rookies. We can see Nico Heeshire, again, is up to 2.5 stars now, which is a big jump considering he was at 1.5 for most of the season. So expectations for him next season are fairly high. Timothy Liljegren has jumped to 1.5 stars. I think he was at 1, if I'm not mistaken. Am I, Jeff?
yeah, he was 1 for most of the season. We gave him a little bit of a shot at the start of the year, but most of it was in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
And he didn't do too badly for an 18-year-old rookie.
No. Emil Bernstrom, a center, went from half star to 1 full star in his first season in Grand Rapids. He had picked up 22 points and 46 penalty minutes, while -3, so that's another good jump for us. And lots of other guys just moving up, which is what you like to see. I don't see anything too much else here, Jeff. Is there anything else you want to talk before we move on to?
No, I think we can get rolling on this World Championships here. Have you got the team put together already, or
No, I don't. Now, our save didn't work the last time here. Or sorry, it didn't save our last picks. Because if you remember last time we were at this, we went ahead and quickly picked our goalies. Because we needed our superstar standout goaltender to be on our roster. And we're going to have to find him again here. So I'm just going to filter off all by just goalies.
Yeah, got it down to the goalies only, and
we'll look.
Now I got to try and remember the guy's name.
It was Ozgapov.
Osipkov. Yeah, Alexander Osipkov.
There he is.
Who's got some sort of a freakish talent for playing really well in major tournament games.
So
because even in real life, we went back and looked up his stats, and it turned out he's done really well at the B pool in the World Junior Championships last couple of years.
So we grabbed him. We're going to grab Kevin Lalonde to back him up, likely. And we're going to grab...
Yeah, one of the...
Sorry, go ahead.
Just going to say there's a couple of Canadians, Kevin Lalonde, Jeff Plant, that have Belarusian citizenship and are playing for them now, which is kind of a good thing because the lineup is a little thin otherwise.
Yeah, and so we're also going to grab the highest rated guy here, apparently, even though we only have him scout level E, who is Yuri Tukarov. We played for the under-20 team and had a 909 save percentage, so why not? He's going to be our third goalie.
Not bad. Yep.
So now we have 3 goalies, so now we're going to filter everything back in, except for take goalies off, because we don't care that much. And we're going to look just at pure ability here, and we can see our number 1 guy is Pavel Chernov, so we'll grab him.
Yeah, looks like about a second-line center for Severstow of the KHL.
And Jeff Plott, one of our only NHLers.
Yep, went over the last year after playing in Sweden in 2016. Played for Dallas, had a few points. We got the Stetson brothers, which most people will remember.
Grab Pavlovich. Archer.
Yeah, Mikhail Grabovski is down there too. It looks like he's kind of on the way out of the NHL. He split this last year between the Islanders and the AHL. But yeah, mostly we're going to be taking KHL level guys here.
I am not seeing him. How far down is he? Oh, there he is.
Who?
Way too far for Grabovski.
Grabovski, yeah.
Okay, so we'll grab him. And we need some left wingers, so we're going to take Charles Linget.
Which is kind of a curious name for a Belarusian. So he's another Canadian from Montreal.
Yeah, so we got... I'll grab this Andre Stasis as well. Would like a couple more left wingers would be good, but we'll take the best guys we got. So we'll grab this Daniel Karaban. So we got 10, so we need 2 more forwards here. We will grab Nikita Yarderitz. And let's see. Should we take a 15-year-old on the team?
That's probably rushing him in a little bit early.
All right. Well, we'll grab.
I'm assuming he's probably about half a star right now.
I believe he is.
I mean, when you start by potential, you do get a bunch of guys who look like, or 4.5, 5-star potential. But these guys are 3-4 years away, so it's easy to see that in them now. But they're only scout DE level.
Okay, we got
one guy who might. Did you take Godovets?
I picked
the 3.5-star guy.
I picked all my forwards, so I picked all the guys who I could.
So there's one he's playing high school hockey in the U.S. right now, but 3.5-star potential, and he's A-scouted, so might be a little more legitimate than those other guys.
3.5-star potential, and he's what? Sorry.
Comment from Dylan 88 Jr. in the chat about injuries. Yeah, funny you mention that about playing through injuries in the playoffs. I've been trying to think of a way to. So we had people weren't happy about the number of injuries that we were getting in the game last year, and I was thinking about maybe trying to figure out a way to give you the option of having players play through injuries, maybe having the risk of injuring themselves a little bit more and reducing their effectiveness. But that's something I'm looking at right now. I'm not sure if it's going to make it into FHM4 for the release, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do something similar, something along those lines.
All right, so we got our team built now. We are nothing spectacular, that's for sure. So let's create our lines here, and we're gonna.
It is the World Championships though, so the competition is a little weaker than the Olympics. I think we're in. We've got Kazakhstan and France, and
we start right off versus the Czech Republic. So
yeah,
Ozapov was supposed to be our backup, but we're clearly putting him in since he's got 5 level 5.
He's somehow got this freakish talent for playing well in these tournaments. So we'll he's still red hot.
Play this game, and you can see we're actually set up fairly well versus the Czechs. So we'll give this a little play here and see how badly we do.
Yeah, the Czechs are going to be a tough game for Stud.
Oh well, we are down 1-0, and we're down 2-0. That's not very good.
Okay.
And down 3-0.
Okay, and so much for
Sipkov. He was pulled out of the game after 3 goals. And
did he save anything at least?
I think he had like 2 saves, and the fourth one is in.
Yeah.
All right, let's just click sim end of the game, and we lose 5-2. Ooh, rough.
No, that's not terrible. I mean, that's respectable against the Czechs.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to try and beat the lower ranking teams just so we don't get relegated out of this pool of the World Championships and get Kazakhstan or France or somebody else sent down.
Yeah, so I'll take a look here, and nobody's hurt yet, so that's good. We actually had a lot of guys go to the World Championships from our Detroit team.
Oh, from the Wings roster?
Yes. Dougie Hamilton went. Let me just see here. We got Dylan Larkin, Cam Fowler for the U.S., Tarasenko and Kuznetsov for Russia, Zetterberg, Nyquist, Ekholm for Sweden,
Team Canada is actually kind of scary.
Hamilton, Olli Mata for
Edmonton
Finland.
and Pittsburgh are out of the NHL playoffs, so they got Crosby and McDavid too.
Yeah, so we got Nico Heischer went for Switzerland and Tatar went for Slovakia. So, we got not bad. And just click continue here.
Canada looks kind of scary.
Yeah. Should we take a quick look at their roster, I guess? Let's see. United States. Well, let's look at the United States roster. Bishop, Gibson, Snyder as the goaltenders. That is a lot of stars. Austin Matthews is Blake Wheeler, TJ Oshie, Phil Kessel. That is a pretty solid team for the States. Canada. Oops. Click on that correctly. Hopi Longo and Matt Murray is also playing for Team Canada as expected. And just a lot of scoring, no matter where you go. Patrick Sharp somehow makes that team. Which is...
You need a few defensive forwards. He's fast enough for international hockey, too.
I guess. But interestingly enough, that's a pretty solid team you got right there. Alright, we'll get back to Belarus here. And we'll play our game here versus Kazakhstan. Oh, I didn't check to see who was in
we
net.
should win.
Oh, Ozapov was in net. Alright.
Yeah, he's still pretty hot. That's hopefully going to bounce back from that
So
rough
he gives
first
up
period.
the first goal on the first shot, so that's not good.
Okay, that's not great.
But we score. Pavlovich scores to make it 1-1 at the end of the first period. And then Kostitsyn scores. Andre makes it 2-1 for us over Kazakhstan. But we give up, and Nigel Dawes, a Canadian playing for Team Kazakhstan, scores to tie the game 2-2.
Nigel Dawes has Kazakhstan citizenship? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he just got it.
Winnipeg boy.
Not very long ago. And we scored to take a 3-2 lead with less than a minute into the third period. All right.
Oh, yeah, so he does. I just looked it up.
And then Kostitsyn scores again, buries his second goal of the game to put us up 4-2. All right. And we win 4-2, outshooting Kazakhstan 25-24. 4-2 win. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh, we should have won that one.
Hey, it's important that we did.
So I think just look at the world rankings. We're 11th in the world right now. Kazakhstan is 16th.
Good news. We get to play Team Canada in our next game.
Okay, so I think this might be the time to rest the Sipkov. That's pretty much another star off his, or another flame off of his hotness.
He's on 4,
he's
so
getting
we'll
pulled
put
again.
him back up. Or should we undress him completely and put the other guy in?
I might as well put him to back up. I don't think you want to bench the guy completely.
All right. So playing versus Canada, we're probably going to get destroyed.
More than likely, he embarrassed us pretty bad in the Olympics.
So they scored on the first shot on net. Second shot on net. And we survived the first period, only losing 1-0. So that's...
Wow.
not bad. We outshot 14-5, but let's click for period 2. And
Still, I mean, that's
Crosby
like better than
Bears
we were doing in
2
the
minutes.
Olympics. Ah,
And, interesting. Zipkov is suddenly in the game. I don't know what happened there. Wonder if the other guy got hurt.
yeah, it's not good. Or there's no way he should have been pulled in that situation.
It's now 4-0.
Yeah, we may have an injury.
5-0 as Crosby scores again.
Just hold him to single digits.
All right, 5-0. We're being outshot 37-7. Very much like probably a real life game would go.
Yeah, pretty much just try to get through this without any injuries, although that may not be
The
possible now.
The other goalie's back in now, so it's 6-0 Canada. We got 10 shots on net, so not bad. Giving up 57, 58. And we only lose 6-0. Outshot 58-12. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, reasonably credible.
I'd say that's pretty close to what you would expect to happen.
And Dylan in chat saying he was up 3-0 in a playoff series with the Canucks, and being the Canucks, somehow managed to lose the series.
I would say that's
4 injuries in Game 4. That's basically how it went against the Bruins. Up 2-0, and then Hamhouse got hurt, and that was the end of it.
just taking a look as we're speaking here. So in this game, LA Kings have advanced to the Western Conference Final and will play either Minnesota or Chicago. They're currently tied 3-3 in their series. The Rangers beat Philly and Montreal beat Columbus. So Rangers, Montreal in the Eastern Conference Final. Also very interesting.
That's a good one. The Hawks are the defending Cup champions in this one. They won in 2017 instead of Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh's kind of gone downhill pretty badly in this. They missed the playoffs entirely in 2018.
Well, in fairness, we did take one of their goalies.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, was Crosby hurt for part of the year? Was it Malkin? One of them was.
Yeah, one of them was definitely hurt. So our goalie's down to 3 fires. So that's okay. He's still warm. And we're gonna play against
a little cooler, but yeah.
We're gonna play against our number 1 draft pick here, Nico Heischer in Switzerland.
Yeah, so hopefully he doesn't light us up too badly. Switzerland should be fairly solid in this, I think.
We scored our first goal already 2 minutes into the game on our first shot on net. We're actually lined up fairly well with them.
Actually, this was a pretty good Swiss team. They've got a few 3-star guys, like 4 or 5 solid NHLers, but the goaltending isn't that hot.
So 1-0 us at the end of the first period. Shots 11-9. And
yeah, they basically got a collection of Swiss League goalies and
sneak a goal by 1-1.
So we can get a little offensive pressure on them. I think we may be able to take advantage of that.
And it is 1-1 right now at the end of second period. And we score to make it. Habernaka scores to make it 2-1 for Belarus. And we get 35 shots on net and bury our 36th chance to go up 3-1 with a minute left. Big goal.
Another upset win. Yeah.
But Straight
so between that and
the lamp with 30 seconds left to make it really interesting. And we'll play out the last 30 seconds. And
hang in there.
We held on to win. 3-2.
So not bad. I mean, that 2 wins is basically going to get us out of the relegation step, I think, or maybe we might need 1 more against France to be sure of it. But
we'll just take a quick look at the standings here, and we can see we are actually in 5th place.
Only in 5th?
Yes.
We're 2-1.
What's that?
Aren't we 2-1 right now?
We're 2-2. We lost to the Czech Republic.
2-2. Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot about the Czech game. Yeah.
So we'll advance and see how it goes. Minnesota won their series. I just saw there. So right.
Wild and Kings and Canadians and Rangers.
Yeah. That's something wrong. Minnesota can't make it to there. All right, so we play Finland, which probably isn't going to go great for us, let's be honest. Oh no, we got guys hurt. We have lost Sergei Kostitsyn to a dislocated jaw.
Ouch.
And Alexander Pavlovich to a sore back. And both can't play.
Oh, come on. It's a sore back. You can play through that.
Can we remove him from it and pick somebody else up? Let's try that. Okay, we can pick somebody else up. All right. So we need another...
Yeah, we'll allow you to.
Okay, what was the name of that? Was it this guy? Grigory Govets? Yes, the highest
Yeah,
player.
it's a 17-year-old.
We'll grab him. And we need one more guy, apparently, since we have to take Kostitsyn off. Who else do we want? We need another forward.
And Gutovitz is eligible for this entry draft too, so it might not be a bad idea to get a look at him now.
And maybe try and sign him to boost his confidence a little bit. So
Yeah.
All right, take it.
He's a real guy. He's playing at Shattuck St. Mary's in the States right now.
Okay.
And I think his brother just signed with the Moose for next year.
Oh, interesting. All right, we're gonna pick up.
Dylan, I'm a Canucks fan. Dylan's asking if we like the Canucks. One of us does, and it's not Adam.
Mark Messier is the greatest Canuck of all time.
Oh, yeah. Just move on.
All right, so Govetsky's coming in on the fourth line, and we also picked up Dandanov, who's coming on the fourth line as well. This is probably not going to be a good game for us, let's be honest. But
Yeah.
we'll take it as we can and see how it goes. We actually have better offense than they have defense, so that's surprising. We're getting outshots very badly. So on their 21st shot on net and in the period, they score to go up 1-0. 23 shots, and Finland is up 1-0 after the first, and we have 6 shots on net. The good news is the momentum is kind of staying in the middle for the most part.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good Finnish team. We've got Rask in goal, Rasmus Ristolainen.
Okay, Barkov just scored from
Teravainen, and
almost center ice, so that's not very good.
And there's some guy from the Jets on them too.
Yeah, I don't know. Mikko Ratten just scored, and so it's 3-0. And at the end of the second period, we've been outshot 39-7. So how many? We had 6 shots on net or something like that in the first period. So we got 1 shot on net in the second period.
Yep, it was. Oh, it's only 8-1, so it was actually kind of a slow period. I think they're easing up on us.
Well, it's 3-0, and they have 43 shots on net now.
Yeah.
And they just scored again to make on the 44 shot.
In the 30s in the early second period. So.
All right, we're quickly going through the third period because Barkov just scored, so of course he did. It's 5-0, 52 shots on net, and we lose 5-0. Not actually terrible.
Still not a pretty decent goaltending performance, and.
So it was a positive.
I mean, the big game for us now is against France.
909 save percentage, which is pretty respectable, let's be honest.
Yep.
Just a quick look here.
French would be a little easier. Their big offensive threat is Antoine Roussel.
Oh, that's a pretty deadly threat, I would imagine. And I was gonna just check this. Oh no, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, gotta wait here for a second. We are currently in 6th place. We've dropped to 6th place. So we better beat France. They haven't won a game yet. Oh, that's...
Yeah, we want to hold that sixth place spot just because I think it's 7 and 8 that go to the relegation round.
Okay, Slovenia apparently hasn't played a game in the tournament, but somehow France is still worse than them. Which is kind of funny. Alright, special...
That's weird. I'm looking at... How is Slovenia in...
there's one in each group. Italy's also there, too. But Ozipkov is also up to 4 fires again, so that's good.
That's actually weird, though, because I'm looking at the save that you sent me that, from when you started, that we both started from, and Slovenia isn't in the tournament. You gotta check for a bug there.
Okay. And on our first shot on net, Andrei Kostitsyn buries it to put us up 1-0.
Wonder if that's some sort of thing with the Division 1A getting promoted too early?
2-0. And 3-0. 3-0 us at the end of the first period. We are out shooting France 15-1. So...
Wow. Okay, I thought we were a little better than, but apparently we're a lot.
They have some guys on here too. You know, it's like Stefan DaCosta's on that team, and France gets actually paying a little bit more attention, and they're suddenly have 10 shots on net and just scored.
Oh, now they woke up.
All right, so shots are 24-11. We're up 3-1, going to the third. But we score less than 4 minutes into the game less than 4 minutes into the period to go 4-1, and we're on cruise control. But France buries one with 7 minutes left to make it 4-2. But Artur Garvis comes down and scores with just a little over 2 minutes left to make it 5-2 and put the game out of reach. Belarus beats France 5-2, outshooting them 33-19. Solid win for us. And a very important win, too. Alright. So we finish, it looks like, in 5th place, ahead of Switzerland and France. So that's...
It's really odd. I can't figure out why Slovakia's not in there.
No, Slovenia. Slovakia's there. In this one.
No, I know the difference, but in the save I've got, Slovakia is in, and Slovenia is playing in the next level down. I'm not sure why they're showing up in your standings. Same with Italy.
So we made it to the playoffs, and we are now playing Slovakia. So
which sees something is odd going on there.
All right, let's see if we can do
We'll
this.
have to take a look at that.
And we are keeping pace with them. Momentum's going back and forth in the first period. Shots are even at 9-9. And no goal scored in period 1. Playing period 2. And Marian Gabrick scores to make it 1-0 Slovakia. Oh, and then they bury a second one. And it's 2-0 Slovakia. Not looking good for us. End of period 2, we are being outshot 23-13. We are on the penalty kill and down 2-0.
Yeah, didn't have much of a chance against Slovakia.
And Slovakia scores a third goal, which is probably the dagger in our heart, with just under 6 minutes left in the game. And we lose 3-0. Outshot 39-19.
Yeah, just against a better team. But again, I mean, we make it to the playoff round and get beat by, or at least play reasonably close with a fairly tough team. So I don't think the Belarusian Hockey Association should be too upset with us.
No, I think that was pretty good for us.
Not getting shipped off to the Gulag.
So we are done with being Team Belarus. I'm going to flip back to...
Yeah, and I think that may be the end of our run with Belarus. Because if I remember right, they change management from year to year.
Well, it says we can resign from it, but it doesn't say that we've lost it yet.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they
Kind of
may keep
looking
us around then.
in the playoffs. It's Minnesota's up 3-0 on LA, and Montreal's up 2-1 on the Rangers.
You actually going to get a Canadian team in the finals?
Well, Montreal lost that game just because we said that, and so did LA won their game. Make it 3-1 in both series. I'm just gonna take a quick look here. Read all our messages because there's nothing too important for us. Oh, the Canadians just lost Shea Weber, so that won't help them. Oh, each team has fought back. It's now 3-2 in both series. Sweden beats the United States. Interesting. And Canada beats the Czech Republic.
Okay, I'm actually playing along in my save, and I just had the same thing happen with Slovenia, but they were actually, Slovakia was showing up properly in the tournament until the 5th game in, and then something happened, so you have to take this save and ship it off to Malta and Sebastian and have them take a look at, see what's going on there. Right. Something's not right. I mean, it looks like it's still keeping the correct teams in the tournament, but just something going on with the display.
Canada won the World Championship. Montreal is now 3-3, and Minnesota has advanced to the Stanley Cup final again.
It's knocking off the. They already beat the defending champion Hawks, and
Matt Murray got hurt
2 years ago for the Kings. He was on the Canadian roster.
Yeah. Oh, so it's 3-3, and the Rangers come back after Jeff curses the Canadians.
Oh, man, I should have kept my mouth shut.
3-1 down.
Sorry, Avs fans.
And they come screaming back to... So it's Rangers versus Wild. We are now a month away from the draft, too, and Minnesota takes a 1-0 Stanley Cup lead. Now, before we go any further, we should just check to make sure we don't have any free agents.
Yeah, good point. Can't forget we're still running a team here.
But we did get everybody signed except for Ryan Reeves, but I think we're going to let him go. And Ryan Sproul, I think we can let him go too.
Yeah.
Unsigned draftees, just taking a quick look.
Oh, and while I remember here, maybe we should expand the league in this offseason?
We can't. Again. Path to Glory.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's a Path to Glory game. I forgot.
I would like to try and actually sign this German player, but I don't think he will. June 23rd, right? And same for him. So we are also still, quite a bit in trouble here in terms of our job safety. So instead of going for draft picks,
as long as we don't get fired in the off season, we'll get a little bit of a grace period at the start of next year.
Yes, but we don't have too long. We need to make a little bit of moves. Now there is some guys coming up on free agency who might be worth a look if they don't get signed. A guy like Brent Burns, I believe, will be coming up in free agency.
That would help a whole lot.
Former Detroit Red Wing Pavel Datsyuk.
Oh, out of the KHL, right?
Would also be coming. And he might want to return. Development report. Zetterberg and Cronwall goes down. I think we're going to have to look at offloading Nicholas Cronwall, sadly.
Although he's only got 1 year left on his deal after this. The scarier part is Zetterberg has got 3 more years at $6 million after. After he's 37 and his production's dropping off, and I know we're not trading him, but
we will send him to the minors before we trade him. And the Rangers have taken a 2-1 lead on Minnesota. And we're into June. As we Now we'll just take a quick look. I don't think we'll see any difference from our owner confidence. No, he's still just kind of not very happy with us. And the top guy is Joe Valeno of the QMJHL. A 6'2" center.
Problem is, we're pretty well set at center right now.
Well, on that note, let's just take a quick look at him for 1 second. He also has a 16 rating on left wing, which we could use if we somehow ended up.
Yeah, we could move him over.
The Rangers take a 3-1 series lead. And Rangers win the Stanley Cup 4-1. Sorry, Minnesota Wild fans, you're out again. And Derek Pouliot gets traded to California for Jacob Slavin. Interesting little trade. There is some trophies handed out. Austin Matthews.
Probably not any Red Wings.
The Maurice Richard and the Art Ross. And nothing very major. The salary cap has now been expanded by 10%. We'll have to look at... let's take a quick look at our roster here. It wouldn't be a bad thing to see if we could move Jonathan Bernier either. You know that? Now that we have Matt Murray, we're paying him a lot of money.
Who's our guy in Grand Rapids right now? We've got Stellaris is, yeah. Oh, well, he had a pretty good year. 245 goals against average in 55 games, 6 shutouts, 32 and 15. Yeah, he did pretty nicely. And 2 stars isn't a great NHL backup, but it'll do.
We could also look at.
And we got some guys coming behind that.
Gustav Nyquist wouldn't be a bad guy to look at moving either.
I'd like to see a little more development from some of the Grand Rapids guys. We've got a lot of guys stuck at 1.5 stars.
Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye out in case we start losing some scouts or something too.
Yeah.
Our one-time free agent, Brian Boyle, as being told he is going to become a free agent again. Is anyone looking for... Let's just look at trade offers here. Is anyone looking for a right wing? Not a single team is looking for a right wing. How odd is that? Alright, Columbus needs a winger, though. Let's ask him about Gustav Nyquist. So this year we have a first, a second, a third, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, a sixth, and a seventh. Let's see if the Blue Jackets will give us a third-round pick. I think they will probably accept that offer. Oh, interesting. How about a third-rounder next year, too? Probably not. How about a fourth-rounder in 2019? A well-balanced offer. A fifth-rounder. Still a well-balanced offer. Sixth-rounder. Oh, let's offer it, see what they say. That just sheds us a little bit more salary cap room, which is never a bad thing.
Oh, yeah, he was making 4.75. There's only 1 year left, but gives us room to chase another free agent.
Yeah.
And it is a pretty good free agent year, looks like.
Yeah. Lots of guys going. Reaction to trade proposal. No way. Discuss trade. But it's close to being alright. What if we throw them... Who's somebody who we have on rights who we don't really care that much about? Mr. Pope. Nope. What about Mr. Pope and Mr. Sandberg? Nope, still no. All right, let's just go for the third round pick this year. Offer trade. And we'll see how it goes. And we'll watch if somebody needs a goalie. Or do you think we should try and unload Cronwall too?
Yeah, it's worth a shot. I mean, we got Liljegren coming up.
Okay.
He's probably going to need a spot in the main roster next year.
Cronwall is a left-handed defenseman. Someone will be looking for a left-handed defenseman. Let's see, Nashville, San Jose, or Toronto. I'm thinking San Jose would be a great spot for him. Nick Cronwall. Joe Thornton's just about expired. Should we try and trade for him?
He's a free agent, UFA.
Oh wait, Brent Burns is a U. See if we can offer him. Oh, they'll hardly lightly accept this offer. That's disappointing. What do they have for potential? They don't have very good for potential either. Let's look for a draft. Oh, they don't have very many draft picks this year. Let's look for a...
What are they down to?
They are down to a first, a fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh.
Yeah, well.
They don't have a fifth rounder next year. Let's try for a fifth rounder in 2020. Very likely. So we can probably go higher than a fifth rounder then.
Or maybe package one of our low picks for like that fourth rounder this year.
It sounds like we can go get their fourth and fifth next year. Sorry, fourth this year and fifth in 2020.
For Cronwall? Wow, okay.
Offer trade. We'll continue. It says they will likely. Unless I read that wrong. Either or, we'll find out here in a minute. Again, lots of guys getting waived. Can't worry too much about it. Columbus says they will accept our trade for the third round pick for Nyquist, so let's do that. Goodbye, Nyquist. And San Jose has accepted our deal for a fifth rounder in 2020 and a fourth rounder this year for Cronwall. So goodbye, Mr. Cronwall.
Yep, well, let's just go into a contender.
Or has been a contender. So we have some gaps now to fill, and we also dropped our salary down to 57. Whoa, Tarasenko's hurt? Oh, partially torn labrum. Okay, he'll be back.
Did something in the World Championships, probably.
Now, we picked up some guys, too, and I'm just wondering if... Should we try and trade Nick Patan, for instance? See if we can dangle him out for somebody.
Well, we got to have a little bit of depth for next year. I'd kind of...
Okay, yeah.
I think we're going to, maybe leave those 1.5 star guys, the younger ones, and just see how we should get one or two of them emerging out of training camp and getting up to 2 stars.
All right, just taking a quick
And
look
maybe even better.
at the farm system to see if there's anybody jumping off, and no, okay, that's fine. Alright, still more scouting reports. We are just about at the draft, which should be coming up here pretty quickly. I'm more interested. What do you think we're going to pick, Jeff?
Yeah, got to get... who are we going to pick, or where are we going to pick?
Where are we going to pick?
No, we're not the Canucks, so we don't know. We know we're not automatically getting dropped down 3 places.
let's say I'm gonna say we're gonna end up picking third.
Yeah, top 3 for sure, I think.
All right, here it
Hoping
is.
for
Entry
first or second.
draft order. We pick first overall. Yes.
Oh, there
Yes. We did it. Woo!
Again, okay, so
Which means we get the
held on
first.
to that. Now the question is, who do we take? I mean, Valeno seems like the obvious one, and probably wind up converting him to a left wing, I guess.
Yep. So let's look at the draft page. I think we got to take him. He's 2 stars, so he's basically NHL ready. Right? Like, I mean...
Yep. It's the only thing that makes me take a second look is the way his production went the last. This year's production in the Q was pretty much dead even with what he did the previous year.
Well,
So
he's
why didn't he get
3 points,
a lot better?
3 points less in 7 less games.
Yeah, so it's not a huge difference. You'd think he'd jump up by about 10, 15% or the scoring numbers, and that didn't happen. But I mean, the other guys out there, we've got Emberson, who's a pretty good defenseman, but he's probably going to college, so I don't think we really want that. And this Czech kid, Krocha, who's not really scouted that well, and only half a star right now, and I'm pretty suspicious of that 5-star rating.
We're gonna pick Valeno. Dylan88 Jr. in the chat says, "How did we get Tarasenko? We traded for him. We gave up. Was it Vanek and? Let's just take a quick look.
You got
history.
Yeah,
we traded. We got Tarasenko for Riley Sheehan. The rights to Podkartov, a 2nd-round pick and a 1st-round pick. For him, yeah. And then yeah, that's right. We gave up, was that our 1st-round pick next year? I think we gave up.
Can't remember.
I think it was.
Yeah, it must be the next year's because we still got this year's. Has to be.
I'm just looking at.
Unless did we have somebody else's pick that we traded? Could have been that too.
I don't. Let's take a quick look at our transaction log. All right. No, I think we just traded it away because we weren't sure how much longer we were going to be here. No, we haven't got a 1st-round pick.
Oh, yeah, right.
But that's okay. We got the 1st-rounder this year, which is the most important part. So we'll continue with the draft, and we will pick until our next human pick. Anybody you're curious about where they went?
Rasmus Dahlin is probably going to be the pretty good shot at #1 overall in real life next year.
I am not seeing him picked. He's not. He's available at the start of the 2nd round, so we're picking him.
Wow, he fell that far. And he hasn't. I'm looking at this. He's had 2 terrible seasons in Sweden, but still, it's kind of a surprise.
All right, we picked him at first pick in the 2nd round, and we'll pick till human again, which means we get pitch 64. And all right, that Czech guy is still sitting there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we can take a flyer on him, but I'm really suspicious that he's wildly overrated.
I'm curious about this. We don't have a very good rating on him, but this Yannick Weisner.
What country?
He is German.
Oh, yeah, our European scouting coverage hasn't been that great. I'm just trying to find him.
Yeah, we're down to 3-star guys here very quickly after this.
Weisner, yeah, 1/2 a star. Oh, Truskog to be. I mean, he hasn't really played in a decent league yet, so really tough to tell.
Let's pick him. We're going to take a flyer on him on the 3rd round. Alright, pick until
Yeah.
human, and... Alright, so we have pick 84. We're kind of been bulking up on the defense for some reason. Should that continue? Probably.
Yeah, probably grab a couple of forwards and maybe a goalie for moving Bernier.
I haven't seen a goalie in a while. Ooh, 2 stars.
Yeah, I'm just gonna filter for him and see if I can find.
Oh, there's one in the Canadian League. Kevin Mandalese. He'll...
Cape Breton, yeah, well, good. Terrible numbers. 874 save percentage.
Should we grab him now?
He must have a terrible team in front of him.
We have
yeah,
back
the
to
other
back
guys.
picks 112, 113.
Although there's a guy in the WHL who has much better stats playing for Kootenay.
All right, let's leave the goalie for now. Let's pick up... how about we pick up this guy? He's playing for Davos, HC Davos. Left winger Nando Eggenberger. That sounds
Just
like
the name?
I think so. That sounds like a guy Detroit would pick up. All right, he's a left winger. Pick until human. All right, so we pick 108. All right, let's just filter down to goaltenders then. Let's see who's left. And okay, we're down to 2-star goalies, so we guess we should have made that pick.
Oh yeah, let's. I mean, we can grab a guy and hope he surprises us, but it's pretty much a long shot at this point.
I'm not wasting this pick on him then. You can wait till one of our back-to-back picks. Or maybe we try to move one of the picks. Should we take this Tobias Schmid? He's a Swiss guy again. For some reason, we keep wanting to draft Swiss guys. Or, you know what? Let's take Eric Guest. Center, 5'11", plays in with Kitchener in the Ontario Hockey League. We haven't drafted a Canadian yet. Let's take a Canadian. Although, how about or Alan McShane? He put up 78 points versus Guest's 53.
Yeah, McShane, pretty good improvement over his rookie year in the OHL.
All right, we'll pick him.
Interesting. He's not huge, but yeah.
Pick until human, and suddenly we got back-to-back picks. So that Guest is still there. Should we grab him?
Grab a goalie? Yeah, I think so.
So we'll pick Guest. And then... do you want to grab a goalie, or what do you want to grab?
Might as well get one just for the sake of having a little bit of depth.
All right, when's our next... Okay, we got to pick 121. Let's just wait for that then. Let's grab...
Yep, just use that one.
Let's grab this Tobias guy. He keeps sitting here. He might be worth something. All right, so we will pick until human. And all right, the top goalie left now is... Theron Nahid. Finnish guy. Or there's a Canadian.
That's funny, I don't see him on here.
Zachary Bouteille.
Boudelier.
Sure. Or Matthew Ladd. He's got some pretty decent numbers there. Matthew Ladd.
U.S. National Team, probably going to college next year. Yeah, it's good for a long-term project. He's a big kid too, 6'3", 194.
Grabbed him. All right, so I think we got enough. Is there... Should we try and turn our... so we got pick 140. Should we try and turn the rest of our picks into something else?
What have we got left?
We got one... let's see. It's be easier doing this. We have 3 picks left. What if we tried to trade it to somebody for something else? Do we have anyone else we really need? Okay, let's see if we can get rid of Bernier. Who needs a goalie? How about we try and trade him to... Oh, how about we try and trade him to Toronto? What does Toronto have at goaltending? Anderson, Bishop. Oh, they got lots of money tied up there in goaltending.
Yeah, and they're both 3.5-star guys. I don't think that's... Yeah, the Leafs aren't going to do that.
Okay, let's try Vancouver.
Vancouver's kind of a mess goaltending-wise.
All right, let's see if we can trade Jonathan Bernier. And we add our 5, 6, and 7 picks. And try and get their first rounder next year. We would be below the salary cap floor if we made this trade. Despite the fact we're giving them $2.73 million in contract. All right, Vancouver, how far below the floor are you?
Oh, they were, yeah, I'm just looking at it. They were right at 55 million and at the start of the saves, so. Well, they've house cleaned.
Who else could we add?
This is. We got rid of most of our bad contracts, at least. I mean, there's Dougie Hamilton, but don't really want to move him.
How about Athanasu?
He's only at 1 point. He's on a cheap contract. He's 3 stars. I think he's worth keeping.
You're limiting my options here. All right, let's try adding Ryan Reeves. We'll still be below the cap floor. All right.
Yeah.
They want someone. Okay, you know what? Let's just try offering Nick Patan. It's not possible to trade Nick Patan. Of course it's not. Leipzig. And they're still... Okay, it doesn't look like Vancouver's going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if we can find somebody else. Tampa.
Oh, Arizona's in bad shape for goalies. They're still starting Mike Smith, but he's getting old.
All right. Arizona. All we want is your first pick next year. Oh, I took the guy I failed. I'll just see what they say to this. That has no basis for negotiations. Chaka says, oh, he said they wouldn't do it, and then they're still below the floor if they make that trade. So we still need to find a different... different team yet. Buffalo?
No, they're pretty, I don't think they're...
Alright, you know who needs a goalie? Calgary. Let's see if we can dump him to Calgary.
Like as a backup. So could Minnesota.
Nope, they still won't do it. They say they're too close to the floor. Minnesota could use backup. I think we're offering way too much.
Yep,
Alright. They're still saying they're below the cap floor. Why is everyone below the cap
Minnesota
floor?
is?
Yeah, that's what they claim.
That's odd. That's... Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Haven't seen the whole league like that before. Wait, are we below the cap floor? Are you too low? And you're trading away. Yeah, that's a problem.
That's what it is. We would
you're reading it backwards. Yeah, that's why. Bernier's making 2.7. We're already at the yeah.
Oh. right.
So you got to find a really bad throw-in to take back.
All right, so let's try this again. So Jonathan Bernier and Sarge players. See if anybody's on the trade block. Okay, what was the team we were initially negotiating with? Vancouver.
Vancouver. Brian Little's about to become a UFA, so he's basically got no value. We could, although no, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, Vancouver hasn't really got any obvious bad contracts to grab.
What if we tried to take Markstrom?
It's basically a wash for Bernier, though.
Offer is far too weak. Do they have anybody in the trade block? Oh, they got Sven Barchi. Offer trade. That's not enough money back. Interesting. Alright, what if we took Gordon and Dorset? This offer is far too weak. And they don't want to move Brian Little. Alright, what if we throw in... Oh, they need a defenseman. What if we throw in the rights to... Shalakovsky? This offer is far too weak. Okay, what if we don't take their first rounder? What if we take their second rounder next year?
Oh, you were asking for first round? I didn't even notice that. That's why they're not.
We would okay. So I took the one guy off. Gordon. Offer trade. Okay, so we can do this. We give up Bernier, our fifth and sixth round picks, and the rights to Dennis Cholulski, and we get Dorset, Gordon, and their second rounder next year.
Good enough.
So that gives us another pick, despite the fact we don't have a first rounder next year, which is good. All right.
Yeah, we can always try and trade up.
Which means we can pick until human, so we have one pick left. Apparently. How about we take Tristan Nielsen, 153 penalty minutes with Calgary.
Good Western Canada boy, sure.
All right, center. We can hopefully play one of the wings. 13 on left wing. All right, Tristan. Where'd he go? There he is. And we'll pick him, and that ends our draft. That's it. All right, there's a couple of guys who, we should watch in case they come up and try and sign. Two, but I feel pretty confident about that draft. How do you feel about that?
Pretty good, I think. It was nice getting the first overall pick. Just got to find a spot for him to play, and then now I got to get some free agents.
I'm going to send Gordon down, and I'm going to send... What was the name of the other guy who we picked up in that trade? He must already be down. Derek Dorsett. He was. All right. Wow.
Dorsett, yeah, he was in the minors.
Last year had 307 penalty minutes.
He was not in the NHL, was he? Oh, in the AHL?
In the AHL. Okay, so we're just about...
fight his way back to the NHL.
Oh, Jeff Platt gets traded to Winnipeg. All right. We are just about out of time here. We are actually over time, but we're gonna go past because we're gonna get to free agency here.
I'll just get over that July 1st date.
We're just gonna look and see if anyone will sign with us yet. Dahlin is too young. Nando Eggenberger, which is just such a sweet name. We will meet his demand and sign him. He is actually 3.5 stars, so that's cool. We will leave guest for now. Matt Ladd will leave. Leave those guys too. Try and get Reichel over here. Will he come? He does not want to come to the States. Alright. Tobias Schmid is a 4-star defenseman. Alright. So that might be a steal of a pick too. 4th rounder if he turns out. Offer him a contract. Doesn't want to come to the States. Joe Veleno, let's get you signed. Oh, he's too young yet. Alright. And
yeah, you have to wait until July 1st.
Yannick Wiesner also appears to be 4 stars, but he's not interested in talking to teams from the States. Well, I will have to keep an eye on that. We're going to try and get to free agency here, and that way we can do a couple free agency contracts, and then I'm probably going to sim us up to September so we don't have to wait through all that. Unless we get fired here, which can happen on July 1st.
Let's hope, yeah. That would be embarrassing after the end of this.
Yes. As we're simming, I should also remind you, maybe you've heard, if you're paying attention to our Facebook or Twitter, but Out of the Park's own Chief Marketing Officer, Rich Grisham, is going to be appearing on the MLB Network on Friday, July 28th, on MLB Now at 4 p.m. Eastern. Which is really cool. He's going to be talking about Out of the Park baseball. They're going to be talking about where the season goes from here, and also some cool simulations that have been done.
Yeah, and it would be nice to watch if we could actually get the MLB Network here. Thank you, Shaw.
Yeah. So yeah, if you definitely have the ability, you should tune in and watch.
Yep, definitely be worth seeing. Great to have Rich on there.
Yeah. He has been on our stream here before, a little while ago now, but I think he'll probably...
Yeah, quite a while back. Well, earlier this year.
Yes. Yeah, when we announced FHM3, yes. So, looking at our season totals, we failed to meet any of our goals. And then at negative categories, we made everything, so...
yeah.
Woo. All right. The good news is we have 1 draft pick signed, so the guy with the awesome name has signed. And so now we're simming to July 1st, which again is not usually can take a couple minutes because, well, Jeff, why does it take a little bit of time to go from June 30th to July 1st?
That's basically the cutoff for a new year. So everything that has to happen at the quote-unquote end of a season happens then. Contracts expire, everything stats get updated, we get a new line of stats added for the upcoming 2017-18 season. Any relegations in the European leagues or international play have to happen, and basically there's just a ridiculous amount of stuff going on, so it takes a computer a little while to sim through all of that.
Yeah, that also includes players retiring, correct?
It does. So, well, you're hoping Zetterberg does and saves us some money?
Well, that would be nice. But I was also thinking, this is also why, if you're playing in Sandbox and you want to do an expansion, why expansion happens on July 1st, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So
There's just really no other opportunity to make it work the rest of the year.
yeah. So yeah, so we're seeing lots of new players being generated and teams making
Yeah,
decisions
the new
if we're going to get fired or not.
13-year-olds coming in. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get fired. I think we just made it through this year, but I wouldn't count on
Fingers crossed, man.
getting out of another year if we have another season like this. I don't think we'll even make it to Christmas if we were in last place again after November or so.
Make it to Christmas. We'll be lucky to make it to October if we're playing that bad. Dylan88 Jr. in the chat says, I'm trying to tank and my team keeps winning. Where is the team or the tell team to lose button? All right. Let's see. So we've had development report. Ryan Reeves dropped, but he's a free agent, so it doesn't matter to us. Board confidence update. Your objective was to rebuild the team, and you are on a good path to rebuilding this team. This was a promising season. For a long-term perspective, Mike Mercer, who is our owner, is unhappy with your work as general manager. You better start winning, or you have to find a new job. Our objective is rebuild. We currently have a salary cap of $73 million, and the salary floor is $54, and we are below. Some guys did retire, but doesn't.
Anybody interesting?
Just going back here. Francois Beauchemin.
Brooks Arpick.
Eric Fair, Ron Hainsey, Dan Hamhuis, Jerome McGinley, Kevin Klein.
Oh, Ginla did retire, so we got
Patrick.
We traded him back to the Flames for that last run.
Yeah, Patrick Marler, Don McMoore, Brad Richardson, Matt Stajan, Lee Stemniak, Mark Stewart. Vermette retired. Joel Ward retired.
Yeah, quite a few retirements that season.
Yeah. And Craig Berube has been hired as the new head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. All right.
Okay.
So let's look
move
at free agents here real quick. Brent Burns is available, so we are going to make him an offer. He wants $6.84 for 3 years. Done. We need to raise it up, so let's offer him that. Anyone else kind of interesting? Miku Koivu, Daniel Sedin, Joe Thornton, Old Man Joe. Lots of guys who are not really free. Patrick Sharp is available.
Not sure we got a spot for him.
Yeah. All right. Let's get
Quite
our
a few
guys.
Pretty good depth guys.
Yeah. If we want to look at adding a goalie, let's just see who's available in free agency. And the top guy is, let's see, Mikko Kostinen, 6'6" goalie from the KHL. Big boy. If we just want to add somebody for depth, how about UC Saros? Probably add him. Call up the other guy. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the backup. What's his name? Stolars?
Yeah. Let's offer. He wants 1.15 UC Saros. Okay, we can do that. Let's offer him a 2-way contract. We'll offer him 115 to be in the minors. He says that sounds like a good deal. All right. Now I don't see what's his name yet. The guy we were talking about, whose name escapes me, Pavel Datsuk. So we'll watch for that in a second. Mike Fisher is also available. Patrick Berglund. All right, unsigned draftees. Let's see if we can sign Veleno. And sign our offer. Dahlin. Oh, Dahlin will sign. Let's get him signed. Let's see if these guys who didn't want to come to... No, still doesn't want to come to the States. Still doesn't want to come to the States. Still does not want to come to the States. That's okay. Alright. We'll just hit continue here and see if we manage to get... Brent Burns signed. Good at Creative in chat says, what about Hartman?
Wouldn't be a bad pickup.
Who is Hartman? I'm drawing a blank here.
Ryan Hartman.
Ah. Alright, simulating through July 1st and see if we get Brent Burns. Let's see. Several trades. Brent Burns has signed with us. All right.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. That's what we
need. That's a good note to end on.
Yes. And it looks like Yuri Saros is going to sign and Veleno likely to sign. Just click him, making sure nothing crazy happened in trades. Doesn't really look like
might actually have a shot at the playoffs next year.
Yeah. So I will take a quick look through free agency and see if anyone else pops up who's interested. Oh, there's Datsuk. We are offering Datsuk a contract. Come back to Detroit, Datsuk. He wants $3.239 million for 1 year and a clause.
Okay.
Meet demand, ask for response.
No, it's only 1 year.
Submit offer for 1 year, and there's other guys available, but I'm just going to go ahead and see if he'll.
You're playing on the checkered line, Pavel.
I don't care. Why not have him if we can? Wouldn't it be a nice story actually for him to come back anyways? Come back and play a final season with Detroit in our game. Maybe help us out.
As long as he helps us out.
It appears that he did sign, and he did sign with us. Pavel Datsuk is back with the Red Wings. All right, love it. So I might add a few more free agents as we go here. We'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we are at Franchise Hockey. Or if you want to talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, MLB Manager, or whatever else suits your desires, come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner and click on community, which will take you to our official forums. This video will be archived, and is archived if you're watching it right now, on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTPdevelopments, where you can see every single video we have live streamed, as well as some others, including some great tutorial videos for Out of the Park Baseball done by the Out of the Park founder, Marcus Heisen. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I think that pretty much covered it. I'll be back next week with the 70... We have the 73, 74 yet. The 73 or 74 LA Kings, and continuing to do pretty well in that